こんやな. How's it going? Hey, look at me! I've got on-screen chat working! Yes! Finally! Chat's not ghosting me this time. Ayy. Nice. Hey Bucci, hey Quad. Yeah, I'm excited to play this game today. It'll be a lot more chill than than Little Nightmares. I don't have to run from any blind, long-armed men or cannibal chefs that are trying to eat me alive. I can just read some text and solve a murder. Yeah, hello, hello. Hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, today will be much less stressful. I can just press A. I don't have to press anything else. Oh my gosh. I'm almost there. Yeah, I'm hoping next time I stream it, I can just finish it in one go and it'll hopefully not take 4 hours. Yeah, I think I was on like the last-ish level. There's like, at least that's what Type said, that there's one more boss left or something, but if it's the last level, it's probably the hardest, so we'll see how long that takes me. Yeah, boss fight gonna be hard. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, we'll save that for Sunday. For today, I can just relax. And yeah, we'll read some text. Especially if I'm a dum-dum. Well, I am, so I guess we'll have to see. But I don't know. Once I've had some rest and like can concentrate and fully, you know, get back into it, I think I'll be okay. I think I can finish it. Yeah, let's start this today. Let's not think about Little Nightmares. Yeah, read text and solve crimes. This is more my speed. Sholmes. I forgot that guy's name is Herlock Sholmes in this game. It's so stupid.
その瞬間、突然ホームズが飛び出して闇の一点をステッキで鋭く打ち据えた。
But the dub is still, the Japanese dub still says Holmes.
私がランプの遮光板を上げると、部屋の情景がぼんやり浮かび上がった。ホームズは部屋の隅を睨みつけて、私に向かってつぶやくように言った。被害者が死の間際に言い残したまだらの紐という謎の言葉、その恐ろしい正体こそがこいつだったんだよ、ワトソン。
We're solving the Titanic today, yeah.
巨大な毒蛇が牙をむき、威嚇するように煙を巻いていた。それは世にも恐ろしいまだらの紐だった。
Speckled band means snake? Alright, let's go! On board the steamship Buria? Oh. Oh! Okay. Oh, cutscene! Oh, anime!
犯行時、扉は内側から缶抜きがかかっていた。缶抜きに細工された痕跡はない。
Yeah, maybe the snake is the murderer.
完全な密室状態だったわけだ。被害者は死の間際にメッセージを残したようだ。
Dying message.
ここに落ちているインクを使って書いたと考えられる。ロシア語。 どうやら被害者はロシア人ということか。文字に全く乱れは感じられない。被害者は相当意志が強かったのだ。見たことのない妙な文字だな。筆跡はこのメッセージとは明らかに違う。いや、これはむしろ人種が違うと断言してもいいかもしれない。
What is that?
札を貼ったのは犯行時間の直前、被害者自身だったようだな。ほう。
は？
これは。
これは。
一体貴様は何なんだ。好き勝手しやがって。
そうです。海洋警察が到着するまで現場に手を触れず待つべきだ。
その必要はない。どうやら今から5秒以内に諸君を犯人に紹介できそうだ。
Am I playing as him this time?
殺人現場だぞ。しかも奇怪な密室殺人だ。
それでは密室の謎、その封印を解くとしましょうか。
まさかその中に犯人が。
まさか。
一体君は何者なのだ。僕は大英帝国が誇る世界の名探偵なのです。シャーロック・ホームズ。
Sherlock Holmes.
知らないとか？
Yeah, I've heard of you, Sherlock Holmes. Kind of want to go back and see if in the English dub they actually say Sherlock Holmes. My head is throbbing. What's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. Wait, so am I Herlock or am I Runo? Oh, I'm Runosuke again. Wait, I can't move. Huh? What? Why am I in handcuffs? So you wake up now, Oh. We had to drag you out of the wardrobe. I do not believe how you could not wake up. You are a true, cold-blooded man. You... Ha, you found me then. Duh. Okay, he's Russian. I can't do Russian accents. We found you, and now you pay. Criminal with a K. Yeah, we're convicted again. Yunosuke, stop committing crimes. How long are you hiding in that tiny wardrobe, Oh, sorry. Now you have been found. It is time to admit your crimes. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is, No, I'll tell you everything. There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Isn't that... Ah! Why did you do it? Why did you take his life? Who did I murder this time? Miss Susato! Oh, hey, Pai! Yeah, he's coming out of the closet. Wait, what did you just say? Take his life? Who? Where is he? Where's Kazuma? Wait. Huh, you pretend you do not know? You are a wolf in the sheep's pelt. Hey, Joe. You're the killer. Do not try to make excuses. What? Kazuma... What? What? No, this is... They're lying. No way. Kazuma-sama's body was discovered not long ago. What? Here, in this very cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. No more Biella! My boyfriend! His body? Where's the body? I don't see a body. There, he can't. No, there's no way he's dead. Please. Do not try to tell us you were doing this terrible thing in your sleep. Kazuma's dead. No, no. But he can't be. Yeah, he can't be. And these handcuffs. Surely you don't think I... No! Susato! It wasn't me! Please believe me. I have to know. Why did you take Kazuma-sama's life? Answer me, please! No! No! Kazuma! It was just 2 short weeks ago. What happened? Was this the favor? Hey Ryunosuke, can you murder me? Are you sure about this? Won't we get in trouble? Ha 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 ha! Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? It was really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case onto the floor. I thought I was going to die. Yes, I still can't quite believe that. Huh? I really didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk. Wait, is this just like Mia Fey? Mia actually died though. Like, Kazuma can't be dead? No, I refuse to believe this. You must be even less of a man than you look. Hey, honestly, I thought I'd broken every bone in my body. Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. But if you confine yourself to my cabin here, I don't expect anyone will discover you. I hope not. I get the feeling those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway. They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure. The price you have to pay for having the power to control wind. Yeah, his trunk. No! No, he's not dead. There's no way he's dead. What I want to know is, why do we need to keep it a secret from the young lady? From our faithful judicial assistant, Mikotoba, you mean? From your close friend, more to the point. Surely we could confide in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she'd give me away. No, but if she knew what we'd done, that would make her guilty by association. It's best that only you and I know about this. I suppose so. Yeah, maybe try to remember that luggage. Yeah, it'll probably come in handy. I'm sure everything in this room will come in handy. Find an underage mystic so we can channel his soul. Anyway, it's about time that the steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. It was a steward! The steward murdered him, not me. Or not Yunosuke. Yunosuke wouldn't murder his boyfriend. I know it's cramped, but you'd better get in there, I think. It won't be for long. And anyway, compared to hiding inside my traveling case, it'll be a breeze. Yes, but what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be in for it. Alex? Yeah, did Kazuma die? I mean, supposedly. I haven't seen the body yet, so I don't believe it, though. I tell you what, why don't you write "keep out" or something on this piece of paper? What? Yeah, I did fix the chat! It's a miracle! First not scuffed stream in a while. Then I can stick it over the wardrobe doors once you're inside. I don't know. We've only been at sea for about 15 days. How can this have happened? We were supposed to be going on this adventure to England together! No! couldn't handle this bomb pussy. Naruhodo bloodline gets involved in murders every time. It's very sus. One of these days they'll actually murder someone. We leave you at next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make more trouble for yourself. Murderer! No! I'm not a murderer! Duh! You said before. You said you admit everything about your crimes. No, that's not right! I mean, yes, I did stow away on this ship, but... Murdering my best friend? Boyfriend? No one else could have done it. Admit the truth. Susato-san. Please, tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. But there is something I would like to ask of you too. Those eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try to find out what really happened. Okay. Yeah, I want to know what happened to my boyfriend. He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream. And these handcuffs, they think I did it? They think I'm Kazuma's killer? When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside. What do you mean? There's no access to the cabin via a porthole window, and the bolt on the door can't be operated from outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these four walls. What? Or to put it another way, the culprit can only have been somebody inside this cabin. Or do you have some other explanation? I don't know. It wasn't me. This is impossible. How did he die then? What happened exactly? Are you still going to deny the charge, even despite the circumstances? Where's the body? Show me the body. Please, Susato-san, you have to tell me. The cause of death is still undetermined. Wait, so then how do you know he's dead? They don't know how he died? The ship's doctor is examining the body, but of course he has no post-mortem analysis experience. I don't suppose we shall learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call. So presumably that means there were no obvious external signs of injury then? Maybe he's not dead, maybe he's just like asleep. Maybe he's sleeping. That's true, yes. Can't anyone tell me what actually happened here in this cabin? I don't understand it. Why would anyone want to kill Kazuma? Yeah! Who would kill such a magical headband boy? Presumably that's something you know the answer to better than anyone. Oh yeah, the snake? Yeah, maybe it's snake poison? But no, I don't want him to actually be dead. Maybe he can like have an antidote or something. Whatever you say, you were here in the cabin after all. Well, yes, I was, but... He would always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning. I was waiting outside his cabin, as I have every day so far on this voyage. But this morning, he did not come. I could sense that he wouldn't. Huh? Does that mean he was already dead when Susato-san arrived at his cabin door, I wonder? I knocked, but there was no reply. Then I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. The crewman forced the cabin door open, and when we managed to get inside... No! What? He did write a dying message in Russian. There was Kazuma-sama collapsed on the floor. No! Unless there was a man inside that luggage. Maybe. I wonder if we can open the luggage. And the white tape there now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow. You were sleeping while your boyfriend was getting murdered? I wish it wasn't the case, but that's just very hard to believe. This is all very hard to believe for me too, trust me. Now I've told you everything that I know. So it's my turn to ask you a question. Yes, alright. My head feels so heavy. It's still throbbing like anything. Why are you even on board this ship, Naruhodo-san? You said something before about being a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, yes. I'm afraid that's true. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now, and I've been shut up in this cabin the entire time. I had no idea. But how could you have occupied Kazuma-sama's cabin for so long without him noticing? No, that would have been impossible, obviously. Yes, of course. Kazuma invited me. He wanted us to go to England together. He actually asked you? But why? What do you mean, why? I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself. I don't understand. Kazuma, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? It is a love triangle. It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I, that you ought to become a lawyer yourself? Well, yes, you did say that, but I didn't think you were serious. You have the talent for it, I can assure you of that. But I've never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of cultural development, the center of the world in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there? Can't be a lawyer when we're going to jail. But on a personal level, ooh. If you were to become a lawyer, then... Then what? Nothing. Forget it. Kazuma-sama he was always saying the same thing. That he wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you. Yes, maybe. But something's still bothering me a little. The look in his eyes then. It was darker than I've ever seen it before. This game. They're doing this on purpose. They have to be. Susato-san. I'm sorry that we kept it a secret from you. My stowing away on the ship, I mean. If I know Kazuma-sama, I expect he was trying to protect me, to avoid me becoming guilty by association. That's exactly right, yes. Word perfect, in fact. What happened last night? Hot dogs? Thinking about hot dogs. Yeah, he was focusing on them black, glassy eyes. If you're not the culprit, then tell me. What happened last night here in this cabin? Yeah, what happened last night? Well, the thing is... I don't really remember. Kazuma brought me something to eat just like he always did. And then I got myself into that wardrobe over there just like I always did. After that, I fell asleep. Well, yes. So deeply that you didn't even stir when Kazuma-sama was killed. Rocked his world so hard he got amnesia. Yeah, Bucci. More lawyer bonding and Yunosuke owing favors. Yeah, he got smuggled in the suitcase. Well, yes. I know it sounds unbelievable. Really, I do, but it's the truth. If only I'd woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. And for some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything. Really? Is something wrong? Oh, no, it's... Please, forget it. Susato-san, you have to believe me! I didn't do it! I really don't want to doubt you. But the trouble is, there is no one else who could possibly have done this. Ugh. Kazuma... I don't understand. Why? Why did this have to happen? I can't take this! Oh no! Oh. Yeah, he probably was drugged. Don't try to go anywhere! You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. I can't allow that to happen. Yeah, Kazuma died. Supposedly. I still refuse to believe until I see the body with my own 2 eyes. How's Kazuma being dead gonna stop him? No! But Kazuma was killed right under my nose here, and I didn't do anything to stop it. And now I'm supposed to just sit around? My hands tied while whoever did this walks free? No, I can't allow that to happen. Well, what do you propose to do then? I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened here. I'm going to work out who took Kazuma's life and how and why they did it. So I'm sorry, but you're going to have to excuse me. Hi-ya! Oh! Whoa! What the? That was a Susato takedown! Susato what? What martial art form is that? I'm going to need you to prove it. Sorry, prove it? Yes, your innocence. I need evidence. But how am I supposed to... Have you forgotten already? What you achieved just a few weeks ago. You successfully defended yourself in a court of law. Ah, I see. She's expecting me to present some conclusive evidence. Wait, do I even have anything in the court record? Oh, I have this... It says keep out in Japanese. Akeru na. I have to get Susato-san to believe me. I'll show her some evidence right now that proves I'm not guilty of this awful crime. Oh. I mean, oh. I don't know if that proves it. I mean, I guess it's that doesn't really prove anything. Tell me, when I was discovered in the wardrobe before, was this piece of paper stuck over the doors? Oh, yes it was. I remember clearly. I thought so. Kazuma always put it in place whenever I went to sleep in there. Just in case the cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. So naturally, he did the same last night as well. Ah! Yes, of course! The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors before he opened them. So it was Herlock. Herlock Sholmes did it. Yeah, how can he seal it back if he came out and back in again? But if I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the doors on my own. Yeah. Yes, that's quite true. In other words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma! Yeah! Well, even if you are sprawled hopelessly on the floor, I can see why Kazuma-sama thought so highly of you. Thank you, Susato-san. Now, do you think perhaps you could help me up? Oh, so she believes me after just that? That's nice. Can everyone else believe me too? Well, in light of that evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating in here, at least. Thank you! So you finally believe me? I'm sorry. No. What? I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you used some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position. Conjuring trick? What kind of conjuring trick? What does she think I am, a magician? For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. I'll do the same. Alright, let's get to work, Susato-san! Please don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts. Oh. She's so mad. I shall be watching you to make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. I wouldn't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example. Right. Well, anyway, I should make a start on investigating in here. Examine everything I can. Yeah, time to examine. Kazuma, I swear, I will avenge your death. Huh? Oh, examine. The books have fallen over on the shelf. Look, they've all toppled the same way. And what's this? A statue of some god of the sea? Although he's fallen over as well. Yes, it's almost as if the whole shelf has been ransacked and everything mown down at once. I wonder if... perhaps it was Kazuma-sama doing his morning sword training, do you think? I seriously doubt it. Then perhaps... it was you, Naruhodo-san, in a fit of rage. I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books and a statue. Could the way these things have been thrown about have anything to do with the case, I wonder? Well, I'll just set everything straight again. I don't like to see a mess. Bucci, the morning sword training. No! Oh dear, that won't do. Oh, what's the matter, Susato-san? Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused I forget to look around properly. Ah yes, that's not good. I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you, Naruhodo-san? What? Oh, I'm sure you're careful to look all around using the... Okay. Now, let's investigate all corners of this cabin. Okay... Yes, let's do that. I suppose my field of vision has been rather small until now. Yeah, because you got, like, karate chopped. And sent upside down. These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Buria. Yeah, let's explain mechanics that don't need to be explained. It's essentially a list of requests from the captain to all passengers on board. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Ryunosuke is a dangerous object. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Is Ryunosuke a pet? What? Why are you staring at me? Oh, sorry, I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? She's thinking the same thing. It's not just me. Susato-san's thinking it too. He's definitely a pet. I can't decide. He's a pet. Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. Okay, yeah, the luggage. That's a very large traveling case, isn't it? Yes, it carries a lot of memories for me. Memories? What do you mean? Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case. Ah, yes, I see it says, "This way up" in Japanese. Which, in hindsight, I should have realized the foreign crewmen wouldn't be able to read. I was turned over and over and over, and then I was tossed on the floor in here. Oh dear, being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds. Well, it was less painful than a Susato takedown. Oh nice, it has a check mark over stuff I already examined. I like that. This is where dear Kazuma-sama would have sat whenever he was writing. London Diary. Poor Kazuma, he didn't even make it to his destination. It looks as though the last entry is incomplete. Which means... What? He was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue. Hi-ya! Why is she karate chopping me again? That's out of the question! What? Kazuma-sama may have departed this world, but you must not read his private thoughts. But what if it's something important, something relevant to the case? Alright, I won't read it. I want to read his diary. I don't like prying into people's personal matters either. But in this case, isn't the need for clues more important? His fantasies. Okay, what's on this side? It's some 2 weeks since we set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time, Naruhodo-san? I think living isn't quite the right description. Oh, no, I suppose not. Although it must have been rather exciting making this voyage in your own secret hideout. The trouble was, I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yes, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe. And last night was no exception. But because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin. No, sadly not. Planning to propose to Ryunosuke? 100 pages of observations. Today, Nunosuke was rougher than usual. Had to make something up to the crew on why I was walking weird. Yes, I accept all these diary entries as evidence in the court record. I would like the court record to be updated, please. This is... Yes, it's a bell cord contraption, I think. What do you mean, contraption? I read about it in a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants. Really? That sounds almost magical. Shall we give it a little try? Yes! In the interest of cultural research, obviously. Cute. I suppose nobody comes for lowly Japanese people. Oh no! Don't say that. No, I'm sure it's just that everyone is busy, that's all. I can't examine the bed. I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin. Thanks for defining a ventilator for me. Isn't that a little odd? What do you mean? Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, what else would it be? Looks like it must connect to the next door cabin. Yes, it would appear to, you're right. But if its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, surely it should be connected to the outside. Ah. That's true. Perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough, or something like that? I suppose. Maybe that's it. Examines the bed. There's some weird stains. Holds a lot of memories and fluids. Did Kazuma write that before he died? It looks like it's written in ink. He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. Then I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage. Poor Kazuma-sama. No doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it. I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of a clue in his final moments, was he? I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing. I don't think that's Japanese, Naruhodo-san. What? Then what language is it? Why does he seem so surprised that it's not Japanese? It pains me to admit it, but I don't know. It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder? What the? When did he get there? What the fuck? When did he show up? Was he there the entire time? Who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. As far as I can tell, it looks like he might be European. Oh, how did he... You've noticed the man too, have you? I have no idea who he is or how he got in here, but he looks suspicious and tall, suspiciously tall. Naruhodo-san, don't tell me. Do you really not know who that is? Well, no, I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. And is he investigating Kazuma's desk, or is he just playing on it? I can't tell. Well, in that case, we simply must talk with him. Am I just imagining it, or does Susato-san look almost uncontrollably excited? By the way, I expect that you've noticed already, but just in case, if you press A on people when they're in the crosshairs, you can converse with them. Alright then, I'll get that suspiciously tall gentleman in my sights and see what he has to say for himself. Oh, please do! Excuse me. Excuse me! Do you have a moment? Shh! This is a critical point in my investigation. Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly. Yes, perhaps that would be for the best. Oh! Greetings! I hope I haven't kept you long. Ah! What exactly were you doing on Kazuma's desk just now? Ooh, I like his, soundtrack music. Ah, I see. Fascinating. Sorry? What do you see? It feels like he's looking right through me. Oh yes, everything is clear now. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. What? Sorry? What? And now, whilst venturing toward foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Oh, well, that's true at least. But how? How the deuce did I know that, perhaps? It was really a most elementary deduction. Hardly worth explaining. Have you perhaps managed to deduce anything else? But of course, a great many things. There is no mystery, my dear madam. For example, you have fled your native land of Russia, being, as you are, a merciless revolutionary. You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower. And when the beribboned occupant of this very cabin discovered your identity, you ended his life too. Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes. Taller British gentleman swoops in to fill the void in his life and his pants. No. Yeah, everything he said is the complete truth. Just to be clear, you are talking about me, are you? Certainly I am. Do you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name? I don't even see one person who fits the bill. So it's true. It was you who did this to Kazuma-sama. No! What? And you're plotting a revolution, too. It's shameful behavior, Naruhodo-san. Absolutely wicked. No, listen, there's no way I... Hi-ya! Again? Now explain yourself. Tell me everything. This is ridiculous. How could you do it? For pity's sake, open your eyes! I'm not a Russian revolutionary, obviously! Oh, forgive me. And as for you, what kind of deduction was that? You were just saying the first thing that came into your head. But was I not right? Whilst venturing toward foreign climes, you do find yourself in a most troubling predicament, do you not? Well, yes, maybe. Ha! There you have it, you see? What do you make of that, Well, to be honest, this ship is en route to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So I'm not really sure you could call it deduction. It's more plain observation. Indeed, and observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. My method is founded upon the observation of trifles, you see. I announce my findings with a brassy certitude. And more often than not, I'm right! Ha. I don't think you introduced yourself. Ah, my apologies. How remiss of me. I am none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. The inimitable Sherlock Holmes. So it's so dumb. Sherlock Holmes. Wow, no way, you're Sherlock Holmes. So it's really you? The actual Sherlock Holmes! The very same, the inimitable actual Sherlock Holmes. Do you know this man, Susato-san? The most famous detective in the world? Naruhodo-san! Of course I do! There's nobody who hasn't heard of him. What planet have I been living on then? We must ask him what he's deduced. He will have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure. Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? Alright. So, you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again? Indeed, I am none other than the one and only Sherlock Holmes. Oh, I see. You're German? Herlock, was it? No, I have no hair. I mean, I have hair. Please, call me Sholmes. This guy. You can read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication. Oh yes, Rand's magazine, full of wonderful short stories and interest articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England especially. Ah yes, here it is. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. So you're the protagonist in a series of short stories then? Indeed I am. And you've read so many of your own stories, you've started to think you really are a detective? Make no mistake, I'm not the poor deluded fellow you take me for. Your inference is backward. Backward? My trusty biographer records my greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in a magazine. You have a biographer, do you? Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson. No, he dead. Presently keeping shop in London. Dr. Wilson? I murdered that man. I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy of late. Why, this very moment I am returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown. Really? I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not. Deduction, you see, is to me a science. Logical reasoning in its purest form. A science? Really? The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in his subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of a muscle, a slight inclination of the posture. Fingernails, arm sleeves, furrows in the skin, all these things are data! Right. And the trained logician makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth! As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago. How can you look me in the eye and claim that? So you see, I have a turn both for observation and for deduction. And fame! That is what makes me the one and only Herlock Sholmes. Alright. Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet? Have I managed to deduce anything? My dear fellow! Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning hiding place? That's right. It was none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. I see. In other words, I'm in these now because of him. When I became anxious about Kazuma-sama this morning, I summoned all of the crew members to force the cabin door open. And I concealed myself among their number, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective, Herlock Sholmes, was on board. Oh. What? And the handcuffs seem to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruhodo. Ah! The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts very immediately apparent to me. Oh, really? Two facts, you say? Two facts. Mr. Sholmes, tell us, please. What two facts were apparent to you when you came into this cabin this morning? Yes. But first, let us be precise. The two facts in question were immediately apparent to me. Yes, I understand, but what were they? Allow me to elucidate. The two facts that I deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number 1. The cabin was locked from within, rendering escape of the culprit out of the question. Number 2. The victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance. Hold on, Mr. Sholmes, what made you think the victim was Russian? Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor. Something. That is the Russian word for wardrobe. Dude, do you really think Kazuma-sama could have left a dying message in Russian? The two facts. This room smells very crusty and the men in here are huge degenerates. These are definitely facts. In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. For this young man, Russian. Does he even know what Russians look like? Kazuma was Russian, was he? Initially, I considered Garderob maybe the name of the killer. A certain Robert Gard, perhaps. Huh? But in the interests of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there at least. Where you found Mr. Naruhodo sleeping soundly. Oh, that was Susato. Quite so! I found you! The renowned Russian revolutionary killer! Why is it that I'm Russian too? I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people. No. Our school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea. No, Susato-san, I thought you were smart. And I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong. I took a photograph of the victim and the message that I might analyze it for possible hidden details. This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered before the body was removed. No, Kazuma! Yes, Kazuma had already been taken away when I woke up. This is the first time I've actually seen him like this. Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? No, I just saw my boyfriend's dead body. Oh, yes, thank you. Photograph of the crime scene. Okay. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes? What, pray? You mentioned Russia before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all of that. Ah, yes, the train of reasoning that led me to the truth. Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me, do you think? I can't read Russian. Certainly, if it interests you. How many times? I'm not Russian and I don't speak Russian! Can we talk about your deduction before? The things you concluded about me, I mean. Ah, the now famously accurate, troubling predicament you find yourself in? Actually, it was the other details that I was more hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16 part? Ah yes, the more sordid details. It was a fairly commonplace deduction. Here we have this morning's paper. The main headline reads... Oh, well, I mean, that guy definitely looks Russian. Revolutionary villain Bolshevik. Villain? He's the villain. Please, Russia via Shanghai. He's definitely the villain. This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday, and last night the young Russian was murdered. Villain Bolshevik. Since when was Kazuma a Russian? It sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded he was Russian because of what Kazuma-sama wrote on the floor. It was a simple act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. One who would kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you, villain Bolshevik. No, how could it be me? He thinks I'm the villain. I don't look anything like this man. Just look at his face. Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learnt to revolutionize your appearance as well. Please. And I might add, your name does not appear on the ship's passenger list. Need I say more? Well, that's because I'm a stowaway. What about the other details? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower? Ah yes, the journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all those particulars in the article. The deeds the man has perpetrated thus far and those he is plotting. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There can be no mistake. Do revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters, I wonder? And what about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan? Also quite clearly stated here in the article. Bolshevik is recently returned after a period of subversive activities in a war-torn region of Afghanistan. Where even is it anyway? Yunosuke needs a map. This Afghanistan place. This Afghanistan place. Here, take the paper for yourself as a little memento of this great deduction. Oh, thank you. I've absorbed all that is of interest to me within its pages, but I see no rubbish bin nearby. The article about the revolutionary has been entered into the courtroom. Okay. And you may find the article on the back page of interest as well. On the back? cast your eye over it sometime if the interest takes you, though you may need someone to interpret. It's all written in Russian. I couldn't hope to read it. I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to glance at the article. Okay. Let's glance at the article. Ooh, who's she? This is interesting. Have you found something relevant, Naruhodo-san? Well, no, I mean, it looks like it might be interesting. I can't read a single word, I'm afraid. No, nor can I, but look at this picture. Perhaps it's about a beautiful young Russian princess, do you think? She is very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, do you? I don't know. I can't make any sense of it. Ah, I'm glad you've noticed this article. Ah! Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents. Oh, thank you. He pops up everywhere, this Mr. Sholmes. It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She is, of course, the talented young Nikolina Pavlova. Why are Russian names so hard to remember? It would appear the woman was in costume when she was found to be missing from her dressing room. Wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which is worth some 20,000 rubles. Oh, how much is 20,000 rubles? I have no idea, but I'm quite sure. It must be an unbelievable sum of money. Susato-san's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves. The tiara is the property of the Novovich Ballet. It would seem the director is beside herself with worry. Yes, I'm not surprised. The company is most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. They've requested international assistance at all ports with sailings to Great Britain. Could this be another case of a Russian fleeing his or her country? It does seem to be the Russian thing to do. I'm not even going to dignify that with a response, Mr. Naruhodo. That's a lot of cash money, but be a shame if someone were to steal it. Hello, hi, bad luck. Yeah, what? What you were just investigating. Before we started talking, you were examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you? Yeah, examining's one way to put it. Kazuma, ah yes, the victim. Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all? Observe for a moment the desktop of the victim. We see that the victim was engaged in penning some text. London Diary. Kazuma was keeping notes of the trip. Ah, but I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people. Yeah, Susato should karate chop Sholmes. Tragic! And something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading. You mean you read it already? It is my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese. Oh, I see. Well, you're about to know what a Susato takedown is. She's not gonna karate chop him. Susato-san? Aren't you going to throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns? I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san. What on earth do you mean? Life is so unfair. She won't karate chop the ikemen. Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely this diary belonging to the victim. It would appear the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author were cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray be precise as to details. Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese? He's a fake weeb. A smattering, dear boy, a smattering. Sayonara, bonsai, mikado, nado nado. I trust you're suitably impressed. Ha. But this diary is littered with complicated-looking characters, of which I can read precisely none. Ah ha 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 ha! I love his animation. So what was all that showing off about before then? If you would be so kind as to show me, I would be happy to read it to you, Mr. Sholmes. So she's okay with reading it too now? I'm much obliged, my dear madam. The final entry here in Kazuma-sama's diary consists of just 2 short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. A whistling sound? These are very deep waters. Pray go on. The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? What on earth does that mean? It's the snake. It's the snake. I have no idea. I've never heard that expression before. The ventilator grill, you say? The man was presumably referring to that. To the lattice there on the wall, which connects to the adjoining cabin. Oh. Hello? OBS said it disconnected for a second. I think I'm back, though. Wait, let me check. Am I still live? No, what? Okay, hello, okay. Okay. We're good. Alright, I don't have to start a new stream. Yay! Yay, okay. I don't know what happened, it just randomly disconnected again. But cool, it came back. Okay. Alright. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe, and if I'm still too long, the seasickness takes hold. Back to the past, Samurai Ayana. Oh, I suppose you're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to. Almost disappeared like a ghost. Yeah, my stream almost died just like I did. Great detectives are a curious breed. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exaltation. Or a parent that went out to buy milk. No, I came back. That's I'm not a bad father. So yes, I intend to investigate. Hence the truth will become clear soon enough. Do you think perhaps that we could go with you? No, that would be somewhat complicated. What? But why? A simple glance at your wrist should reveal the answer. Unlock me! Oh, these. After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter. No? Only because of you? There's no point trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was a culprit in the first place. Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as a culprit at any point. You must be joking. You just said it only a moment ago. Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such a thing. Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that too. You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know. Not really. So what, were you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are. Is this case just a bunch of people gaslighting Ryunosuke? I think you're right. Well, anyway, that was then and this is now. What do you mean? What I mean, sir, is this. If you are the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate. I love his laugh. Animation, it's so good. Now he's just being plain rude. And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name. Naruhodo-san, what are you just standing there for? We must go and investigate the cabin next door as well. Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? There's no way I can... Hiya! She karate chopped the handcuffs! Or maybe not. Or, oh, I thought that's what she did. After Kazuma-sama spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up? You're just going to roll over and accept your fate? As if you gave me any choice in the rolling over part. Wait, so am I still handcuffed? I think we still have some investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Yeah, it's more of a judo throw. Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door. Good idea! I'm still cuffed. I thought she could karate chop my cuffs. The situation doesn't look good for me, but there are still things I can do to help myself. Like what? And I owe it to Kazuma to do everything I can to find a way out of this, and bring the real culprit to justice. Should I examine more stuff first, though? Let me just make sure I still didn't talk to this guy. Excuse me. What? I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Would you mind if I investigated a little outside? Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes. But it is not true, I see. Sorry? The criminal asking prison guard to help him escape? Very funny. We're in the middle of the sea. There's no chance of me escaping. Niet! You stay in this cabin until next port. Then it is up to Hong Kong police to decide what they do with you. You stay! Alright. There's no point trying to appeal to this man's better nature, that's for sure. Wait, no. Whoops. Skip, 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 skip. I accidentally pressed him again. Let's examine this sword. That's Kazuma-sama's precious sword. He never went anywhere without it. Yes, he was always saying that a Japanese man's katana is his soul. I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on this trip. Yeah, I think they were just gonna stop in Shanghai, like a layover type of thing, and then... yeah. I suppose that shows just how important it was to him. And now he's gone, but I'm not ready to let his spirit go just yet. That's my dinner from last night, a roast chicken. It was really tasty. Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But... did you eat it on the floor here? I'm not a dog, Susato-san! I ate at the table, of course! Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor. Are you sure you're not a dog, Ryunosuke? Are you sure? But Kazuma-sama didn't like chicken at all, did he? No, that's right, so he didn't touch it. Which meant all the more for me. Oh no! Does that mean... Poor Kazuma-sama spent his last night on this earth with an empty belly? It's just too horrible. Now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach. There's nothing on this table at all. The plate and cutlery are all over the floor for some reason. Yes, it's strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still... No, wait a minute. What is it? That's funny. I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner at all. So then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Kazuma-sama. No, no, no! Eat a Snickers, yeah. Seigi, the Japanese word for justice. The brush strokes are straight and true, just like Kazuma. He's not... yeah, straight. Yeah. Yes, his calligraphy always was a reflection of his heart. Yet, you... Can you really look at those characters without feeling shame, knowing who drew them so thoughtfully? Of course I can! I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to? True, maybe, but not straight, yeah. Even though you stowed away on this ship? Now you're going to bring that up, are you? I can't win. What do you think this is? It looks like a broken piece of glassware. Whatever the thing was, it appears to have broken clean in two. Looks like a bell. The glass is such a beautiful color. It looks like a cute little Netsuke fastener from a kimono outfit. I'm not sure that sounds like Kazuma. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him, would he? Hey, you never know. And the mark beside it, what is it, I wonder? It has a sort of brick-like hue. Yes, you're right. It is the color of brick, isn't it? Like, blood? Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin. Okay. Alright, did I get everything? Alright, examine the door. When I went in for help and the crewman forced the door open, this bolt had been firmly closed. It's quite a small bolt and not particularly sturdy, and it just slides across to secure the door shut. But still, with the door bolted, there would be no way to get in or out of the cabin, that's for sure. It's no wonder everyone suspects me. When she glares at me like that, I feel tense all up and down my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel. The culprit used a needle and thread to draw a bolt across from outside the room in a situation like this. Yes, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. But the door of this cabin and its frame are made of metal, and they seal together perfectly. There would be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid. When she glares at me like that, I feel pins and needles all up and down my spine. Oh. Oh, look over there. It's another sailor. The crewman, you mean? He wasn't there before, was he? That's what I thought. Why don't we try talking to him? Probably because I'm likely to get yelled at again, but I suppose I could try. Is that... Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san? Oh no, it's just that crewman standing by the door. I can't help feeling like I've seen him somewhere before. Oh yes, you're right, he does look familiar. Excuse me, sir. Yes, what can I do for you? Oh. Oh! I recognize that face, but it can't be. This guy! It is! I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga. He's everywhere. Hello again. What are you doing here? I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped. Nearly stopped, I hope. I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew and board the ship. Again? You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector. If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask. Did he steal stuff from the crime scene again? I bet he has like a stash of evidence. I never expected to see this man on board, but perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation. At some point he's gonna cross-dress. That's a very high possibility. He's a waiter, a detective, a crew member, inspector. What else? So what are your special orders this time, Inspector? Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew? I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I take full responsibility. For what? My orders were to act as Asogi-san's bodyguard. What? You failed. It was Minister of Justice Jigoku who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. And he entrusted me with ensuring that Asogi-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated. You had one job! You had one job! Assassinated? How could that even have been a possibility? I'm not sure. But these are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Minister Jigoku said we should be prepared for all eventualities. This is incredible. I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama was assassinated? Obviously, we couldn't give Asogi-san a visible security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew. I see. And I didn't take my eyes off him the entire time we've been on board, from morning until night, every day. But I never imagined it would happen here inside his own cabin, not here on the first-class deck. I failed miserably at my assignment, and Asogi-san is dead as a result. I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize. Inspector. So if there's anything at all that I can do to help now, just say the word. Yeah, it's just a series about people that really suck at their jobs. Is anyone an Ace Attorney actually good at their job? We're doing what we can to investigate Kazuma's death ourselves. I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer. He believes me? Hosonaga believes me? Of course not. We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door. Yes, so we need to be allowed out of this cabin. I'm sorry. What? You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If you move to even touch the handle of the cabin door, that stormy-looking seaman over there would surely snap your neck in two. I suppose I'm not just a stowaway now. They think I'm a murderer as well. Yeah, now he's a disappointment and a failure. Would it be possible to give me something to work with, do you think? I'm going to need something persuasive. What? What do you mean? If I had a solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'd do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I'd lay my life on the line if I had to. But I don't see how... There may be a way. What? Really? Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Naruhodo-san. By presenting me with a piece of evidence that you already had in your possession. Evidence? It's just the same as when you are in court. You must have done it many times during your trial. Simply select the present panel and choose some evidence that Inspector Hosonaga could use. So, evidence that would give us a viable reason to investigate the next door cabin, is it? Alright, yes, I think I might know what we can use. I mean, I guess this, right? Because he's talking about the ventilator grill. So it's like, we need to inspect the room next door to find the speckled band. Present. What's that? It's Kazuma's diary. His diary. Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary. Strange? In what way? He was writing BL fantasies. He wrote, what looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? That is strange. Yes, we're still trying to work out what he meant by that, but what I'd like to know is... Don't tell me, the ventilator, is it? You're very astute, Inspector. That ventilator clearly joins to the next door cabin. That's right, so if we could investigate in there, we might be able to work out what the speckled band was. Alright then. I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The captain has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I'll have to entrust the investigation to you. Really? You're willing to do that? Yes, as long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though. Why? But what about the captain? Aren't you going against his direct orders? I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. Damn, okay. After all, I failed to keep Asogi-san safe. This is the least I can do. Thank you. Let's seize the moment then, Naruhodo-san. Just select move and we can leave this cabin at last! Finally! Move, alright. Let's see what we can find out. Finally! Phew, I'm finally out of that cabin. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be, and this is the most luxurious accommodation. Yes, indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent on this study tour by the government. That's why he was being put up in a first-class cabin. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in steerage. Really? That must be awful. Oh. Oh, look over there. That's another crewman keeping watch. And he looks enormous, even if he is sitting down. I can see his belly button. The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodation. I suppose he's making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't. I suppose. Like people in handcuffs? Naruhodo-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I would have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already. Well, yes, I know, but the thing is... I was inside Kazuma's trunk when I first came aboard. And ever since then, I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe. It must have been a very trying time for you. Please don't give me that pitying look. Let's talk to the big boy. Hello. Excuse me, but could I ask you something? You little stowaway murderer! That wasn't a good start, was it? Alright, let me try instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you? You little third-class lady's maid? Rude! No! Don't be rude to Susato-san. We seem to have caught this sailor on a bad day, Susato-san. I am not Sailor! My mother gave me a name! I am senior crewman. Beef... Beef stroganoff. Ooh, the best thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think. Mr. Stroganoff, about this first-class cabin area. Here we are in finest part of Beria steamship for very important persons. What sort of very important persons? Government officials, kings and queens traveling in secret. Many important persons. That is why I am always guarding this place. Gosh, that's amazing. But somehow I let stupid Stowaway inside. I want to pick you up and throw you in ocean. But Stroganoff is not animal. Thank you? If I may, I was wondering, Is the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's currently occupied? Duh. Susato-san, did you understand that? It sounded like duh. I think it's probably Russian for yes. Or no. Genius. It is not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation. Well, it sounds like there is somebody in the next door cabin at least. Yes, it's tantalizing. Tantalizing. Could you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's? His name is Mr. Grimesby Roylott. He is very important Western gentleman. A Western gentleman. Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with murder of student boy. How can you be so sure about that? Mr. Roylott is authentic Western gentleman. Such a man would have no interest in lowly student from insignificant Far East Islands. Insignificant Far East Island? That was harsh. Could you tell us when Mr. Roylott came aboard? That is not your business. Come to think of it, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now and I've been in Kazuma's cabin the entire time, I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like there's anyone there. Well, presumably, since this gentleman is occupying one of the first-class cabins. He must be rather important, is that right? That is not your business. Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Stroganov? Duh, all time, so criminals like you cannot come in or get out. I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all? It is sad about student boy. Were you on watch last night as well? Of course, and did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual? Hit. Susato-san, did you understand that? It was clearly a no. Oh, he said nyet? I saw nothing unusual, nothing at all. And you didn't hear any strange noises or sense anything was wrong in some way? I said no! Sorry! I'm not so sure. I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there. This is enough. I cannot say more now. Oh. It is time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin. Yes, all right. Bulkhead to second-class area is staying locked at all times. You escape when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain. Lobster whistles on top of the mountain? Or as English say, when the pigs fly. Lobster whistle on top of mountain? Yes, I understand. Good. Now we can investigate this area properly, shall we? Definitely. Alright. Ship map? This looks like a plan of the SS Buria. It shows each deck, look. The Buria is a large scale steamship with a triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering! Well, it's been playing on my mind for a while now, actually, but how is it that such a huge lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean? Oh, that's really quite simple, Naruhodo-san. It is? Well, consider the Japanese archipelago. The islands of Japan? Yes, they're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth, many, many times larger than this ship. And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them. Well, I suppose so. Okay. That book on top of the table there really is huge. There's a pen with it, too. Yes, I'm sure that's the ship's log. Shall we have a little look through it? The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded. You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting. Anyway, look here. Last night's log is mostly blank. Presumably that means there was nothing to report. Oh, it didn't get added to the court record? I mean, if he didn't report it, then maybe he was the murderer. When in doubt, blame the butler. Where's the butler? That's the way to the second-class area of the ship. Is something wrong? I was thinking about making a run for it, just for a moment. Is this turning into Little Nightmares? Do I have to escape the boat? Things aren't exactly going well for me. I might be wrong, but I imagine the moment you reach for the handle of the door, that burly seaman would surely shoot you dead. Oh dear, I'm sorry. Perhaps I went a little too far there. No, I started it with my talk of running away. And there's no way I could run away while Kazuma's death remains a mystery anyway. Time to use those legs and swim to shore. Sounds like a good idea to me. Alright, let's break into the room. Let me in. This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. The one the ventilator connects to. Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging. Maybe whoever's in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask! Knock, knock. Who's there? Hello? No answer. We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help with our inquiries. How annoying. Yeah, that is annoying. Whoa. What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it? That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it. I wanna touch it. Oh, an alarm. It says, press only in times of emergency. It looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship and brings the vessel to a complete stop. Oh, it stops the ship? What are you doing, Naruhodo-san? You mustn't touch it! But this is an emergency situation. Just look at these handcuffs. You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation. I wish everything would just stop, the ship included. If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect anyone else. What was that? It came from inside the cabin! Such a high-pitched scream, it must have been a woman! Stand aside! Wah! I'm about to break the door down! Mr. Sholmes! I shan't be stopped! When the fit is on me, I revel in kicking doors off their hinges! Please, wait, Mr. Sholmes! The door doesn't appear to be bolted. It doesn't? Then how the deuce can I dispatch this muscular urge? What, pray, can I kick? Muscular urge. I think we should go in. There's no time to think about stress relief. Is it the... Oh. Who are you? A Western gentleman? This man looks Russian to me. We heard a woman scream. A woman? Don't be absurd. As you can see, there's nobody but me in this cabin. True, this old man does appear to be the only person in here. But in that case, who just screamed? Get out, all of you, now! Please excuse the intrusion, but you're Mr. Grimesby Roylott, I believe? Yes, that's me, and you are? I am the one and only, the actual Herlock Sholmes. You've heard of me, no doubt. No. I am a great detective among great detectives, one who adorns the covers of popular magazines, no less. So I assure you, you may trust me completely. The man uses that magazine like a business card. A detective? I do not trust detectives. We distinctly heard a scream emanating from within these walls. But there wouldn't appear to be a lady concealing herself within the wardrobe this time. Is she in that that bag? Or in the suitcase? She's not gonna fit in that suitcase. So might I be so bold as to ask you to open that small traveling case? What? Don't be stupid! How could anyone fit in a small trunk like that? Well, it's quite fashionable these days, is it not? Traveling inside one's trunk. Don't look at me. Oh, it is moving! Oh my! Did you see that, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, the case just shook! Leave, now! Otherwise I'll call the steward! So this is Kazuma's neighbor, Mr. Grimesby Roylott. There's no doubt about it. This strange Russian man is hiding something. I couldn't agree more. Let's see if we can find some clues before that burly sailor returns. Wait, I wanna... Let's examine the suitcase. Why is Herlock sitting in the wardrobe like that? What's he doing? What do you think you're doing? Ah! This is my cabin! Get out! Could we just have a quick look inside your traveling case, perhaps? No! What a pity. I think we're out of luck. I think you're right. There doesn't appear to be anything more we can do. I agree, but there may be someone else who can help. Huh? Perhaps that great detective could get somewhere with Mr. Roylott. I mean, I don't know about that, but sure. Do you have a moment, please, Mr. Sholmes? You need only address me as Sholmes. That's what I just did, isn't it? Well, Mr. Sholmes, what were you doing in there? Why, I was resting, of course. Resting? Indeed, I was contemplating our sea voyage from the confines of the wardrobe whilst waiting. Waiting for the inevitable time that you would need to call my great powers of detection into service. Oh! And it would seem that the hour is upon us now. The time has come! Am I mistaken? Oh, okay, Joe. Have a good lunch. Well, no, actually, you're spot on for once. Observe closely. Our Russian host in this cabin, Mr. Roylott, is clearly trying to hide something. And do you know what is the most effective weapon to use against a Russian hiding a secret? Why, the truth, of course. Though it should be pointed out that such methods are not exclusively for the Russians. Right. Can you imagine how this Russian will react when the secret he guards so closely is exposed? Would you like to witness it? Oh, welcome back, Quad. Oh, yes, please. Well then, what you are about to see may well astound you. For I am about to apply my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. Huh? Could this man be a more hackneyed portrayal of a dubious Russian, I ask you? What? Oh wait, is it like... is he in disguise? From time to time, it occurs to me. Is the fellow dubious on account of his Russianness, or Russian on account of his dubiousness? I really don't think either of those things should be occurring to you. Or anyone. That's right, and Mr. Sholmes. I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially on first meeting, but I once read... It is a capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. It biases the judgment. Shh! I must have complete silence! What are you doing? Why are you peering at my face like that? Ah, just as I thought. Yes, I have quite made up my mind now. There can be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Mr. Roylott, I have reached two incontrovertible conclusions. What do you mean? Number one, your true identity is that of a villain! Using those shears, you are about to end the existence of something most dear. What? Are you not? Huh? And number two, the other conclusion I have drawn. You are, at this very moment no less, in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. Beneath that beard, your mouth quivers with nervous tension as you realize you have been discovered. Does it not? Ah! Oh, Naruhodo-san! I never imagined I would witness one of Mr. Sholmes' great deductions with my own eyes! That was a great deduction? Nothing can deceive Mr. Sholmes! In a single glance, he can deduce all there is to know about a person. What ineffable twaddle? Ineffable twaddle. Oh yes, I read about it countless times in The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes. Ah yes, my favorite book series. And now I've experienced the astonishing impact of his great deduction firsthand. This is like a dream come true. I can hardly believe it, but all the color has drained from Mr. Roylott's face. It looks like somehow both of Mr. Sholmes' conclusions were right. What? How could you? How could I possibly know such things, you wish to say? Very well then. I shall elucidate. I shall explain how it was that I arrived at this pair of conclusions. So do I cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let us board the train of reasoning. Put plainly, let us work through my deductions together. Woo, choo-choo, let's get on the train. What? Whoa. Oh, the game is afoot. Oh. Huh? So the dubious-looking Russian, Mr. Roylott, obviously what catches the eye in the first place. Oh? Is the enormous pair of shears in your hand? He has something in his pocket. Now, we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. Huh? You are on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. Now, moving on. The question then begged is this. Why would you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Roylott? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. Regard, if you will, this morning's newspaper, in particular, the fascinating front-page article. Oh? Which, it would appear, you have read also, Mr. Roylott. Where are these spotlights coming from? I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the... Am I supposed to press something when that question mark appears? Article about the revolutionary. In translation, the headline reads, Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard. Having noted the article yourself, you decided to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. You are the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, villain Bolshevik. Not that I've heard of you myself, you understand. A revolutionary on the run. Wrongdoing. Now, as for my second conclusion, you are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime? Over there. Oh yes, Mr. Roylott. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. Ah! And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case. It is time, I think, that the case be opened and its contents laid bare. No, I refuse! What could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? By my estimation. A young lady, perhaps. One slight enough to fit therein. What? No, there's no way a person could fit in there. Don't be absurd! And what, pray, would be the identity of this young lady in the traveling case? Dear me. We are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless something French betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason you refuse to open your traveling case can equally be found in the pages of this newspaper. For there is another, most stimulating article. If we turn from the fleeing revolutionary to the back page. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Such a headline can lead us to but one conclusion. Your crime is that of abduction. And according to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina Pavlova. I think this is my theory, but he's probably wrong, and I think the princess is like in disguise under the beard. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this Russian enigma, Elemensky. I think he's wrong. Susato-san, that wasn't one of the great deductions I've been hearing so much about, was it? Well, the stories are full of Mr. Sholmes' brilliant deductions, you know. But that did seem a little different somehow. Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes, could you come over here a moment? Pray, what can I do for you? It's about your deductions. Would you mind? Not at all. Go on. Yeah, classic Ace Attorney. Well, to start with, there's the new newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but these two men look nothing like each other. Ah, yes, I recall our discussion earlier, and at the time, I believe I told you that the man is a revolutionary, well able to revolutionize his own appearance. In fairness to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Roylott does look more like this man than you do. Oh. Coup de thing I still can't pronounce. Literally cutting glance or a sharp glance. His sudden glance in another direction betrayed him. Oh! Thank you! That's so helpful. Thank you. Thanks, Robin. In fairness to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Roylott does look more like this man than you do. That's not the point. And another thing, the part about him abducting the ballerina? Indeed, a truly startling revelation. At first glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate a young woman. Not just at first glance, it is too small! Clearly! You'd be lucky to fit a 5-year-old child into that case, even if you pushed really hard. Maybe there's like a dog or something, since they said no pets allowed. I don't suppose the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is she? You mean you don't know? No, the young lady is 15. No, I didn't know. How could I? Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of her would be poking out from the case. Some years ago, I read something pertinent, I believe. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain leanness in their bodies. Vinegar? For such a sour bunch, it would surely be simplicity itself to contort oneself into the confines of that small case. Oh dear, you might be thinking of contortionists in the circus, Mr. Sholmes. This whole thing is turning into a circus. Mr. Naruhodo. Wait, why is she calling me Mr. Naruhodo? What happened to Naruhodo-san? Something's occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' deductions just now. I think his powers of observation are, well, magical. His eyes cut to the heart of a matter almost instantly. It's just where he directs his attention and his logic that seem a little off. Your idea of a little may be a little off itself, Miss Susato. It's just one or two key words in his deductions that seem to let him down. So I was wondering if we might perhaps tactfully switch them for alternatives. What do you think? Switch some key words in his deductions? Yes, but very tactfully. I feel sure if we could do that, we'd unlock the true genius of Mr. Sholmes' great deduction. Precisely the thought that was going through my own mind. This man is a lot of work. At times, I wonder how anyone puts up with me. He's self-aware. It's not that funny. Ah, and you, my good fellow. Sorry? Take a moment to look at your wrists. My wrists? Oh! He freed me! Ah! Where are your handcuffs? Huh? How did... Thanks, Sholmes. I felt they may hinder your ability to follow me in our dance of deduction. Oh, they're dancing. I don't believe it. Mr. Sholmes, you are a marvel. Oh, she refers to him as Mr. Naruhodo when she's talking to him in English. When they're speaking Japanese, they use honorifics. Oh, that's so smart. Wow, that's like some cool attention to detail. And don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrists when we are finished. I'm not worried. In fact, I'd rather stay like this. So, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Alright, let's go. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. So, the dubious looking Russian... Yeah, the shears. Cut away the copious beard. Okay. I'm not sure. Would you really use shears like that to cut off a beard? I doubt that's something I'll ever have to worry about. It doesn't quite sit right with me, though. Boy can't grow facial hair. Doesn't seem to be sitting right with Mr. Roylott either. Which means, I suppose, that the deduction is wrong. Let's try to switch a keyword here, Naruhodo-san, and see if it helps matters. Alright, but how? I think we should start by taking a long, hard look at Mr. Roylott. I wonder if it's really his beard that he intended to use those shears on. Exactly. If we do manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of Mr. Sholmes' deduction better, then what? Then I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, Naruhodo-san. Why am I the one to do something about this? Well, anyway, let's see if there's anything we can even use to switch around in that last sentence. What exactly was Mr. Roylott really going to use those shears for? Oh. Oh, interesting. Oh, his hair! Oh, it is the girl! I knew it! Oh, X. Yeah, this is a really cool game mechanic. Whoa! Whoa! Oh, he's so cool! This is so cute! You're on the verge of using the shears to cut away the golden locks you sport. Oh, I love this! This is so cool! Indeed, you have identified the precise detail I was intending to expose. Liar. Such lush golden hair certainly does not befit an old man. You're not a man at all! You're a woman! And judging from the length and sheen of your hair, one's still very much in her youth. Oh no! Yeah, mind blow. If only I had managed to cut off my hair, no one would have suspected. I love the little snap. The question then begged is this: why would you desire to rid yourself of these magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. No, it's not. It's the princess article. I had no idea that old man was really a young woman in disguise, did you? Yeah, I figured it out! I figured it out! What? Why are you staring at me like that? Yes, it was a surprise. Naruhodo-san. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Sorry? You look like you're in your element as you dance around the room deducing the facts with Mr. Sholmes. I'm just doing what we agreed. I'm not having fun or anything. This is strictly business. Yes, I understand. Say no more. Well, anyway, let's focus on this next part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction, shall we? Evidence that he's picked out doesn't fit the facts at all now. No, that's true, given that Mr. Roylott is actually a woman. Exactly. He, or rather she, can't possibly be this merciless revolutionary. I suppose it's because the deduction as a whole has taken a different direction now. Yes. Let's switch the evidence for something else. Something that fits the facts as we now understand them. For some reason, this woman needed to try to hide her true identity. Feels though I've either read or heard. Yes. Alright, yeah. I know who it is. It's this. It's you. Woo! This is so cute. The evidence that reveals your true identity is, of course, the article about the ballerina. That's right, you've hit the nail on the head. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. I love the animations, they're so good. It would appear we are finally able to address you by your true name. Yes, because your true identity is that of the Novovich Ballet's prima ballerina, Miss Nikolina Pavlova. Oh my god, that's so dangerous. You almost stabbed yourself in the head, lady. Oh. Whoa. Oh my god. Oh damn. You're right. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. But please, I beg you, don't tell anyone. A ballerina on the run. Solved! Woo! Yeah, she's beautiful. Kidnapping of a young ballerina. Now, as for my second conclusion, you are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime? Over there. Oh yes, Miss Pavlova. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. Ah! And as I assure you, the eye speaks so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. Oh wait, this is just the same dialogue. I just need to get to where the question mark is, I think. Oh, here. Okay. Proof of your crime. Am I enjoying the game so far? Yeah! I love Ace Attorney, so this is really fun for me. This woman is the ballerina, and she's right in front of our eyes. So clearly, she can't be inside that traveling case as well. No, that's right. It seems she wasn't abducted at all. In which case, what is the crime this young woman is apparently committing? I can see I'm going to have to step in and fix the great detective's mistake again. You seem to look pleased, Naruhodo-san. Do you like the idea of another chance to dance around with Mr. Sholmes? Stop it. This is so cute. Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what this woman is up to. Oh. Tiara? Is it just the tiara? What did she glance at that's evidence of her crime? Waste paper basket? Wait. I actually don't know. Wait, pan more. Oh, I can't pan even more. Did she look inside the trash can? Because we already proved she's the princess, so we don't need the tiara. I'll try the trash can. Oh, was I wrong? If you want to hide a tree, put it in the forest. If you want to hide paper, put it in the... But we already knew she was the... princess. I was wrong. But we already knew she stole it, maybe? Okay, I guess it's the tiara. Yeah, you played all the other Ace Attorney games up to this point? I did too. I'm pretty sure I did at least, because like, what was the last one that they released? It was, was that Dual Destinies? Was it that long ago? Wait, I'm gonna, Oh, I can't save here? Well, okay, whatever. I'll present it. Alright, there we go. The proof of your crime, it's surely this tiara. Yeah, you think so? It was Dual Destinies. That was on 3DS. Man, that was so long ago. I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Novovich Ballet, is it not? Indeed, it would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured here in this newspaper article. And if the reporting is to be believed, it's an item worth 20,000 rubles. In summary, the crime you have committed is theft. Oh no! Wait, but I thought she's the princess though, like, isn't that hers? Yes, you left your ballet troupe unlawfully taking their precious tiara. Oh, it belongs to the ballet troupe? Let me read that article again. Oh. Okay. Oh, Spirit of Justice? I don't think I played that one. Spirit of Justice? I have no one, no family, no friends. I am all alone, and I need money. But I did not steal the tiara. Yeah, she didn't steal it. It was a present from, how do you say, an Earl of Prussia? It belongs to me. This girl's only 15 years old, and she's run away all by herself. She must have been extremely lonely. That's why I was confused, because I was like, isn't that tiara hers? Like, what? Huh? Alright, I will tell you everything. There's no point to hiding it now. Come, let us not be hasty. What? There remains one unsolved mystery about you. Mystery? What do you mean? What's in the suitcase? You have staunchly refused to open this traveling case of yours in our presence. It is reasonable to conclude, therefore, that there exists some reason why you wish it to remain closed. Is that not so, Miss Pavlova? My dear girl, there is no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case, even before I have ever laid eyes on them. Dear me. We are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? You're careless. That thing again. The glance. Betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the books on this shelf. He's completely changed tack with his deduction now. I think Mr. Sholmes is adapting his logic to the changing circumstances, don't you? Maybe, but why has he suddenly brought the bookshelf into all this? It's just a wild guess, surely. Oh, do you think so? Well, it doesn't seem likely that the reason why this young woman doesn't want to open her case would have been written in a book that doesn't even belong to her. She got a PS5. Yeah, the PS5 is just like vibrating inside her suitcase. Yes, that's true, but still. Miss Pavlova certainly did cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself. And there has to be another reason why she won't open her case. And it must be somewhere in the same area if that's where her gaze was involuntarily drawn. I agree, that's the only answer. Whatever she has hidden inside that case should be revealed by following her gaze in the direction of the bookcase. Oh, this, because one of the rules is no pets, and she has like a dog in the suitcase, I think, or something. Deduction! Yay! Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Inside that case of yours is something forbidden from carriage on this vessel. I love all the camera pans, they're so dramatic. It's so cheesy. That is the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents. Is it a dog? Is it a dog? As we've seen, the trunk wobbles from time to time. But no weapon or other dangerous item would move of its own accord. I love these dramatic poses. Which leaves but one possibility, Miss Pavlova. Inside your traveling case. Ah! They're so cute. Is the last item listed as forbidden in the vessel's rules of passage. A pet! Oh, do you know, Skye? I just want to... This is so cute. 20,000 rubles today is worth about... $1 million? Damn. So expensive. Ah! Yeah, adjust your hat. Oh, she's so cute. Possession of a prohibited animal. Solved. Maybe she's professor for the next Pokemon game. Oh, that would be so cute. Starter Pokemon. Yeah, her suitcase just has Pokeballs in it. Wait, open the suitcase. I want to see the pet. Let the pet out. So clearly you aren't who you said you were. No, I am not Grimesby Roylott. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. Everything you said was correct. You absconded during one of your ballet company's performances in order to escape your homeland. Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel. Which couldn't have been easy. The Buria is a huge steamship with a vast crew. Could she really have snuck on board without being noticed? In order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman. And you intended to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair. I kind of want to see what she looks like with short hair, though. That'd be cute. Yet to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is to leave well alone. So, if it was just you about to cut off your own hair, who was it that let out the scream we heard from outside the cabin? That veritable tinkling of a bell? Why, none other than this young lady, naturally. Yeah, duh. More like a full set of pipes, if you ask me. I was so scared when I ran away in Shanghai. I was sure they would come looking for me. That's why I decided to, how do you say, disgust myself, so no one would recognize me. As a result, you transformed yourself into that questionable old man? I see. I put on the fur hat and fake beard? Then, just before you came in here, I saw in the newspaper. Right on the page, there was a picture of me. I was so frightened, I couldn't stop from screaming. Oh, aw, your wife would be miserable without long hair. Yeah, some people are really attached to their hair. I knew that if I didn't change my appearances completely, they would find me. So I decided to cut all my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand and... At that precise moment, we walked in through the annoyingly unlocked cabin door. She's trying to give herself, like, an America's Next Top Model makeover. Things happen like that sometimes, don't they? Things do indeed happen like that, from time to time. Are those two even talking about the same thing? There's just one more thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside your traveling case? Is it a dog? You were right, it is my dear friend inside. My only friend in the whole world. Please, don't tell anyone. If the captain finds out, if you say to any of the crew... Your secret is safe with us, I assure you. But in return... You must tell us, in as much detail as you can muster, about the events of last night. Yes, alright. I will tell you. Wait, but open the suitcase. When are they gonna open it? Let the dog out. Well, Mr. Naruhodo. Wasn't it something, Mr. Schultz's great deduction? It was my deduction. It was certainly something, yes. I'm just not entirely sure what. But at least Miss Pavlova has agreed to tell us what she knows. That's incredible! Indeed, it is incredible! Ah, and one more thing. Oh, yes? What? Observe your wrists. My... No, again?! Ah, your hands are cuffed again! How did he do that? What? But how? True to my word, I have restored your shackles. Grr. When? And why? There is still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry to say, it can't be helped at the moment. Ha, can't it? Really? Anyway, let's listen to what Miss Pavlova has to say. I can't go on not knowing. I have to find out what the speckled band that Kazuma-sama wrote about in his diary really was. Wait, but the dog... Oh, let the dog out. Can I... Let me see. Don't touch. What? Let me see. Okay. You must not touch my things. How do you say? Forbid it. Oh, sorry. As well you should be, young man. What vulgar manners you have. Poking around in a young lady's private belongings? Neither shall I allow it. Hypocrite. Wait, where'd she go? Huh. Well, okay, actually I think this is probably a good, like, save point before I get too far again. Wow. Let me save. Oh, hey, Joe, you're back. No, I haven't found out who killed my boyfriend yet, but apparently there's a dog in this suitcase that I'm not allowed to free. Where'd she go? Oh, okay. Okay, I think I'll talk to her and then save from there and then end for today, I think. Did you know that someone was killed in the cabin next door to this one last night? One of the crewmen told me this morning when I was eating breakfast. The man who died, he was a friend of mine. Oh. That's why we're trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night? Perhaps you heard a strange noise, for example? Perhaps people talking? Perhaps the ship was absorbed in a wild tempest? Perhaps its steam engine exploded? You would have died. Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed if that had happened. Miss Pavlova, is there anything you can tell us? I don't know. I'm sorry, but all I could think about last night was what I had done and whether they would find me. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me. Oh, I see. Yeah, forget Asogi. The real question is, can we see the dog? Or wait, maybe it isn't a dog. Maybe it's the snake. That just like occurred to me. That could have. Maybe it's the snake. But I want it to be a dog. I really want it to be a dog. You've run away from your ballet company, haven't you? The Novovich Ballet? Yes. I am traveling to Great Britain, and from there, I want to go to America. What if it's a bird? That's a possibility, too. I still want it to be a dog, though. I will never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet. I will start a new life. You wish to forget? A challenging proposition, when you have that striking tiara as a reminder. But the tiara is mine! I need it to live! Yeah, you have like $1 million. I have no money of my own. The Novovich Ballet gives us only a little food and water. And we must dance all over the world. Yeah, a puppy or a kitty or a bunny, that would be cute. I had to run away. I had no choice. If I stayed, it would have killed me. So you ran away to protect yourself? Yes, and the crew of this ship, they have all been kind to me. Oh, so the crew let her on. They let me come on board and they said I could hide in this cabin. If that is indeed the truth, Miss Pavlova, it creates a most intriguing conundrum. A conundrum? Yes, it does. What do you think about it, Mr. Naruhodo? Me? Oh, well, yes, of course. I think we should hear Miss Pavlova's explanation. To what conundrum, I'm not sure, but... Alright. Conundrum. Miss Pavlova, allow me to pose you a riddle. According to this newspaper, it was only yesterday that you absconded from the ballet. Now, that being the case, it must have been last night that you boarded this vessel. However, the SS Buria stopped by no port last night. Ah, that's it, of course! What? So how is it, pray, that you come to be aboard? She, like, dropped onto the ship, Fortnite style. From the sky. Now that I think about it, the crewman outside the cabin acted very strangely when we mentioned that. It was just after we asked him about when the occupant of this cabin came aboard. What if one of these characters started dabbing? It can happen. Yes, you're right. He did seem to be hiding something. Sherlock Holmes definitely dabs, yeah. An angel descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage. Sorry, what was that? It is how the Russian newspapers described one of my performances. She did drop from the sky! She does play Fortnite! And that is how I came here too. I descended from the heavens because I'm an angel. Considering English isn't your mother tongue, your description is very vivid. Mr. Sholmes once said, I never can resist a touch of the dramatic. It seems Miss Pavlova is the same. A genius descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to detection, words once said about myself. A quote from a wonderfully extravagant advertisement for the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, in fact. Yes, yes, Mr. Showy. Sholmes in Fortnite, let's go! Anyway, it doesn't look like Miss Pavlova is going to tell us what really happened. Alright, friend, is it a dog or is it a snake? So the friend you mentioned is inside your traveling case, is that right? I don't think animals are allowed on board according to the rules of passage. Oh, please, don't tell any of the crew. If they found my precious... Then the burly Russians would bestir themselves in unison to throw you and your case overboard, no doubt. Ah! So reassuring, Mr. Sholmes. But what sort of pet is your friend? A little puppy? It is, isn't it? It's probably a snake. Yeah, it's a snake. Maybe an adorable little rabbit? No, it's a snake. Ha! You credit Russia as a land with small rabbits, do you? Does Russia not have rabbits? Oh, don't they have small rabbits there then? You may well ask. I have no idea! You two are miserable bunglers when it comes to understanding the nature of young ballerina's friends. Isn't it obvious? It must be a chicken! Why is it a chicken? Really? Consider the benefits. A rousing wake-up call, daily fresh eggs. And when adversity strikes, it could satisfy the needs of sustenance. So you'd eat your friends. I'll remember that. Yunosuke will remember that. Open the case. Open the case. Well, it would appear this friend's identity is a closely guarded secret not to be revealed. Ah, why are you laughing? She obviously doesn't quite trust us yet. There's something I should like to show her, I think. Maybe she might be able to shed some light on it. Wait, what do I have to show her? This thing? 'Cause the speckled band? Or... I guess this is the only thing I can show her. This is the diary of my friend who passed away. His diary? Yes, and he wrote in it last night before he died. Something a little unusual. It reads... 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. And then a few minutes later, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? I don't understand. It's strange, isn't it? But the ventilator he mentions joins to this cabin, you see. It's up there on the wall. In other words, this cabin and the victim's cabin are connected together. It was the snake. Oh! Miss Pavlova? Has something occurred to you? Does the speckled band the victim mentioned mean something to you? Or the whistling sound, perhaps? Wait, do snakes make whistling sounds? No. I don't know anything. Oh. No, it's clearly a snake. Oh, great. Okay, something's happening. Excuse me, Mr. Roylott. Yes? What? What? How? That was so fast. Wow, she's fast. Captain would like to speak with you. You must come to Captain's quarters at once, please. Snakes don't whistle, but their controllers might. Yeah. Yeah, she probably has a snake whistle? She's a snake charmer. Alright, I will come now. What? You must leave, now. Oh no, it's fine, don't mind us. Yes, please don't worry yourself, Mr. Roylott. Get out! The passenger said out, or you want me to throw you out? Ugh, it looks like we'll have to leave investigating this cabin until later. What a pity. And so we lost our chance. We didn't get to see the snake! Having still not managed to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin, we were unceremoniously chased out. That is to say, we were quite literally picked up and thrown into the passageway outside. Okay, cool. Save point. Save. Yes. Oh, we didn't get to see the snake. That's too bad. Okay, wait, I'm gonna... Wait. Back to title. You read all this Sherlock Holmes stories? Definitely a man of his time. If you ever read his stories, be prepared for a lot of incorrectness. Really? Was he like that? I read some of them. I mean, he's not quite as showy as Herlock Sholmes. But yeah, thanks for watching the start of this second case. That was... I wasn't expecting Kazuma to be the murder victim. He better not actually... I don't think he's actually dead. He's in, like, more of the promotional art. Like, there's no way he's dead. He's just, like, poisoned or something. And, like, sleeping somewhere. But yeah, I think I'll continue this again next week. I think I'm gonna do, like, Thursdays are gonna be my Great Ace Attorney days from, like, now onwards until I finish the whole game. Or at least, like, the first game. I might take a break before I do Great Ace Attorney 2. But yeah, I think until I finish the first one, I'll just do Ace Attorney every Thursday and then other things on other days. Kazuma fell into the sea and became a hermit. No! Why would he do that? He needs to stay with his boyfriend. But yeah, thanks for coming, everyone. We'll continue this again next week, and then on this Sunday, I'll finish Little Nightmares, which will be fun? Question mark. Doyle only knew what everyone else knew, so his depictions of people from other countries could be seen as controversial. Oh, I see. That makes sense. Historical accuracies. I love all the attention to detail in this game. It's so cool. Thanks for... and all the what? Cocaine? What? Alright, that's my cue. I'm out. See you guys next time. Bye. Thank you for coming. Otsuyana. Bye bye.